The Lord Dattatreya. Dattatreya or Sri Datta, as he is also referred to, is a Hindu deity who is also regarded as an aspect of the divine trinity or Trimurti of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. The name Dattatreya is derived from two Sanskrit words, Datta, which means given, and Atreya refers to the sage Atri, who was also Datta's biological father. Origins. Dattatreya is regarded as one of the most ancient deities. The earliest references to him can be found as far back as in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Dattatreya Upanishad, which is a part of the Atharva Veda, describes him as various taking the form of a child, a madman, and even a demon, in order to help his followers attain moksha from the material world. In the earliest tantric traditions, this deity was portrayed with only one head. Gorakshnath was responsible for including Sri Datta in the Nath Sampradaya and giving the deity a socially acceptable form today. The current three-headed form of Guru Sri Datta was probably introduced in the last 900 years or so. Datta was born to sage Atri, who had been granted a boon by Lord Shiva that he would be born in their household. To the sage himself, Lord Shiva or Parmeshwara being a part of the Trinity, Dattatreya automatically becomes an aspect of Trimurti. Yet, another legend of Datta's birth suggests a rather mystical origin of this deity. Some sources believe that he was born in the jungles of Kashmir, very close to the holy Amarnath. Young Datta left his home at very tender age to roam naked in search of the Absolute One. He wandered around Gujarat, Maharashtra, North Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. He is believed to have attained enlightenment in a town in Karnataka known as Gangapur. It is also said that his original footprints can still be seen in a lonely peak at Girnar. Even the treatise Tripura Rahasya refers to Parsurama finding Dattatreya meditating on a peak on the Gandhamadan mountain. Dattatreya is an avatar of the Trinity. Three of Dattatreya's closest disciples were kings, while one of them was an asur. The others belonged to the Kshatriya clan. Dattatreya was at first regarded as an avatar of Shiva, but later Vaishnavas claimed that he was an avatar of Vishnu. But many Hindus regard both Shiva and Vishnu as two aspects of the absolute Brahman. Hence, he went on to identify with the Trinity themselves. Interestingly, the Dattatreya Upanishad first introduces him as being one with Vishnu and ends with the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, thereby also identifying him with Shiva. Towards the end of the third chapter, it says that Shiva pervades all reality and resides as the eternal Jyoti in the heart of every man. Shiva is described here as being omnipresent and omniscient. Finally, the chapter closes with the description of Shiva as of being that of Dattatreya. In the Dasam Granth, Guru Gobind Singh describes Dattatreya as being the incarnation of Rudra, the supreme power. The treatise also narrates the entire life story of Datta. Appearance of Dattatreya. See, Dattatreya is portrayed in different ways in different traditions amongst the Hindu. However, the most commonly portrayed image as having 6 hands, the lowest 2 hands holding a mala, which means garland, and a kamandalu, which means water pot, and middle 2 hands are shown holding sacred Sankh, Conch, and Chakra, which means discussed. Occasionally, portraits also show him holding the Gada, which means mace. He is also shown as accompanied by 4 dogs and a cow. The Dattatreya is shown having 3 heads and a form that resonates peace and serenity in the present Kali Yuga. It is only through pure divine love that one can go beyond just being poised and actually attain that type of calmness and serenity. Only those extremely dharmic can follow the fourfold path of yoga and go ahead to discover the absolutely truth. Guru Datta radiates that very love and compassion, thereby emanating that peace and love from his person. The 3 heads of Sri Guru Datta are said to embody his identity as the Devas of the Trinity, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. He is also the one who has transcended the 3 qualities of the Triguna and is one of the sublime energy of the Absolute Guru. This is why he is also regarded as the teacher or the divine Guru. Gurus of the Dattatreya. We all have gurus or teachers. The Dattatreya considered the entire universe and its creations as his teachers, for each of them taught him something useful. Such was his greatness and humility. Sri Guru Datta considered that he had 24 gurus, which are as follows. Number 1. Mother Earth. She sustains and nourishes the world and its creations and uncomplainingly bears their burden on her own self. Tolerance, patience, and forbearance are the lessons Datta learned from her. Number 2. Water. Water is the life sustaining force which quenches thirst and soothes the body of its heat. The sweetness and smoothness calms the world and offers comfort. Number 3, fire. Fire is bright, luminous, and free of sin. It burns everything in light, but is not cruel or judgmental. It also frees everything from impurity. Number 4, air. Air is in continuously movement, regardless of good or bad. It is free and unattached to anyone or anything. The seeker too should be unfettered thus while following the path of the truth. Number 5, space. Space consists of everything and yet is made up of nothingness. It is also unattached, though very much part of the cosmos. Number 6, sun. It warms water, it sucks it out, it gives life to earth, therefore breathing life into the planet. It throws its brilliant light on the whole world and cheers everyone. Number 7, snake. The serpent never resides in its own house. It moves around at will in any directions that it wishes to go. It also does not desire anything for its own happiness or benefit. Number 8, python. The python is unselfish and free of desire. It accepts whatever it can find as food and keep going its way. Number 9, moon. The moon keeps waxing and waning, yet it remains unchanged. Similarly, the seeker should remain unaffected by all changes taking place in his or her life cycle. Number 10, ocean. The ocean never changes its appearance or its size during period of tide and ebb. While some adore it, others fear or even hate it. However, it remains unaffected by others' opinions. Number 11, butterfly. The butterfly always flits around happily, knowing its life is short. It is unattached to anything and willingly embraces death by jumping into the flame of the lamp. Number 12, dove. Doves are messengers of love and peace. They are beauty and sensitivity personified. A seeker should learn to imitate these qualities of a dove. Number 13, fish. Fish are always tempted by the sense of taste. They invariably undergo much pain and suffering and ultimately die at the hands of a human being trying to bait them. Human beings also exhibit the same tendency of falling for temptations. This should be avoided at all cost. Number 14, honeybee. The honeybee works hard to collect honey, but someone else uses it. Likewise, greedy people make others work hard and enjoy the fruit of others' hard labor. However, greed does not pay and such people will always be miserable. A seeker should learn, avoid becoming greedy and avarice. Number 15, deer. The deer, which is such a gentle creature, is always tempted into falling prey to a wily hunter's bat. A seeker should be ever wary of people who exploit others' weaknesses for their own benefit. Number 16, elephant. The elephant has amazing memory power. It is capable of remembering people and distances for life. It it is also capable of showing much love. Number 17, bumblebee. The bumblebee enjoys the fragrances of flower, but does so without hurting any flower. It, it also remains unattached to any one particular flower or type of flower. Number 18, the prostitute Pingala. A prostitute called Pingala lived in the city of Vidayanagar. She became disillusioned with her profession and the way she was earning her livelihood. One day she decided to mend her ways and dedicate the rest of her life to the service of God. She led a peaceful life ever since. Number 19, eagle. An eagle had a piece of meat between its beaks and was flying with it. Other greedy eagles began to chase it for the meat and finally grabbed it. The poor eagle was left critically injured in the fight. Seekers should take care not to hoard anything as they may fall prey to greedy people. Number 20, child. A child is a pure of heart and holds no grudges. It is unaffected by the cycle of life and by desire, is loving, trusting, and non judgmental. One should learn to be pristine like the child. Number 21, the village girl. A village girl was at home threshing rice. Her bangles were making noise as she worked. There were some guests there and she didn't want to disturb them. Realizing the noise of her bangles could wake them, she removed them and then continued to work. Similarly, a seeker should try not to disturb anyone at any point of time. Number 22, arrow maker. An arrow maker was so focused on his work that he did not even notice a king and his entire army pass by. This quality of attention is something everyone should learn from. Number 23, spider. A spider spins its web from its own mouth and lives in it. Once its use is over, the creature swallows it back. The seeker should also remain free and unattached to material things around him. Number 24. Wasp. The wasp is known for its sharp sight and keenness of intent. It keeps poking and prodding their young ones till they turn into lovely looking, fully grown creatures. Their focus is worth learning from.